welcome to a special edition from Pyromaniac.com. We've got the video outlook for Philip Rivers. Got a little for whom the bell tolls. I think it's very appropriate because I think this year it could be tolling the Chargers. Had them picked as a team that I thought could make it to the Super Bowl last year. Didn't pan out, but this year could certainly work out that way. As for Philip Rivers, last year he finished 8th overall in scoring formats, and that makes a second year in a row for a top 10 performance at quarterback. I think he finished 5th the year before, so he's finally put it together, and he looks to be one of the most consistent quarterbacks in the NFL. One of the things that the Chargers are going to have to adjust to is the change at running back this year. I don't think it's going to be much of an issue simply because LT was not that effective the last few years. So bring in the kid, Aaron Rodgers. They spent a lot to get him. Norv Turner does know his running backs, so it looks like they made a great decision. I went to Fresno State. I saw every game that Matthews played, went to all the home games, watched all the road games. The kid is the real deal. The only thing that concerns me is his ability to stay healthy. He did get dinged up in college against the likes of Idaho State and New Mexico State. Not really what I would call football powerhouses. So my only question is, if he can't stay healthy against those teams, how's he going to stay healthy against NFL-type caliber teams and players? But, you know, that's a worry for another day. Should Matthews miss any time, they do have Darren Sproles, who is great out of the backfield. So as far as his receiving options out of the backfield, Rivers should be okay. In the wide receiving area, there is a bit of concern because it looks like Vincent Jackson, at some point over the next month, is going to get suspended. I'm thinking it's going to be about a 4 games suspension. You can't drink and drive, V-Jack, and you know, sign your tender. You're lucky to be in a position to make that kind of money for playing a game. But anyways, should he get suspended, or when he gets suspended, I should say, they've got Malcolm Floyd who's going to step right in, so I don't think they're going to miss a beat right there. And then Legadou Nene will likely slide into the number 2 role. I also like Nene, so the Chargers shouldn't miss a beat there. But the key to their passing game, the bread and the butter, is all-world, all-pro Antonio Gates, who has really set the bar for tight ends over the last almost a decade now. So it's funny how he can put up monster numbers like he did last year, and most people can consider an average year for him, where, you know, 5-6 years ago that would have been one of the biggest years by a tight end ever. But that's a discussion for another day. And looking forward to 2010, Rivers is going to benefit once again from playing in the AFC West. He's got a top 10 schedule against the pass, so that bodes well for him. They have some offensive line issues last year. My feeling is their offensive line can only play better this year, so that is a benefit for Rivers. As far as the philosophy of the game, I think they said that they want to get 290 touches to Matthews. I think that's about right, but I don't think they want to overload the kid, especially with some of the injuries he's had in the past. So I'm going to look for this team to be a pass-first team still, which bodes well for Rivers. One of the things about Rivers that gets overlooked as far as him as a player, you can have your opinion about him, love him or hate him. Personally, he's one of my favorite players. I love his attitude. I love his fire. But his durability. Since taking over Drew Brees, he has not missed a game. He started all 16 games, and he's come up pretty clutch for you. He's not going to play in Week 17 most of the time if the Chargers have it locked up. So if you play in those types of leagues, you know, it's to your detriment. You shouldn't be in those types of leagues anyways, but that's another story. As far as his playoff schedule, he has the 49ers, the Bengals, and the Raiders. Those are improving defenses, but they're not shut down by any means, and Rivers never loses in December. So chances are he's going to have big games. If you had Rivers down the stretch last year, you certainly benefited in weeks 12 through 16, the money weeks to get you into the playoffs and the championship games. Rivers averaged over 23 points a game, and was only second to Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers. So that's really impressive. So he's going to have his games where he's not going to have to do much, but then he's going to have his other games where he lights it up. So if you want Rivers, I've seen him go in mock drafts towards the end of the 3rd round. That's a little early, but if you love him, can't hate on you for taking him there. Rivers, I think his ideal value is somewhere in the 4th or 5th round. That is an area of the draft where it gets a little dicey. There's some guys with question marks. So if you don't like taking a quarterback early and you aren't comfortable with waiting on a quarterback, maybe a breakout guy, or a sleeper guy as your starter and you want to lay up in the mid-rounds and take Phillip Rivers, it's not a bad way to go. He's consistent, he's going to stay on the field, and he's going to have a chance to put up 20 points a game and really help you out at the quarterback position. So if you want Rivers, you're probably going to target him in the 4th or 5th round, but it's not a bad way to go, maybe even a great way to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, hit us up. We'd love to help you out. Phillip Rivers in 2010, potential MVP? I don't know. Could be, because this team certainly needs him, and we'll see if that translates into statistical production. Hope you guys have a good one. Talk to you later. Out!